It's time to count numbers.
Numbers. They help us to understand quantities, measure things, and solve problems.
The Igbo numbering system uses a combination of conventional numbers with rules of plus and multiplication to count numbers. So what are conventional numbers? The term conventional numbers refers to the collective agreement by Igbo native speakers to standardize way of counting, particularly in the use of education and everyday use. These numbers do not follow any counting rules we use in the Igbo numbering system. Rather, they were invented to follow the decimal system, which became more common after the 1970s due to globalization. There are several conventional numbers in the Igbo numbering system, but let's start with the first 10 numbers in Igbo.
0,
Efu,
1,
Otu,
2,
Abụọ,
3,
Atọ,
4,
Anọ,
5,
Ise,
6,
Isii,
7,
Asaa,
8,
Asatọ,
9,
Tolu,
10.
Iri. Knowing how to count from numbers 1 to 10 is key to unlocking numbers 11 to 99 in the Igbo numbering system. And this is where the rules of plus and multiplication that we use in counting numbers comes into play. Numbers between 11 to 19 are counted using plus, which is also known as addition. Numbers in the multiples of 10, that is 20, 30, 40, all the way to 90, are counted using multiplication. While numbers between 21 and 99, excluding those in the multiples of 10, are counted using a combination of plus and multiplication. Let's look at some examples of counting using the plus rules. The next number after 10, Iri, is 11, Iri na otu. Literal translation for Iri na otu is 10 and 1. When translated for actual meaning, 10 is Iri, na could mean and or plus, but in this context it means plus. 1 is otu, 10 plus 1, Iri na otu, which is 11. Following the same pattern, the next number after 11, Iri na otu, is 12, Iri na abụọ. Literal translation for Iri na abụọ is 10 and 2. When translated for actual meaning, 10 is Iri, na could mean and or plus, but in this context it means plus. Abụọ is 2, 10 plus 2, Iri na abụọ, which is 12. Knowing the plus rules, you can count any numbers from 11 to 19. Now, when it comes to counting numbers in the multiples of 10, that is 20, 30, 40, all the way to 90, we use the multiplication rule. Let's look at some examples. 20 is Iri abụọ. Literal translation for Iri abụọ is 10, 2. However, when interpreted for actual meaning, it refers to two tens, which is derived by multiplying 2 and 10. 30 is Iri atọ. Literal translation for Iri atọ is 3, 10. However, when interpreted for actual meaning, it refers to 3 tens, which is derived by multiplying 3 by 10. Once you know how to count in the multiples of tens, then you can apply the rules of plus and multiplication to count numbers between 21 and 99. Let's look at some examples. 21 is Iri abụọ na otu. We've already learned that 20 is Iri abụọ, which interpreted is 2 tens, which is derived by multiplying 2 and 10. Na, in this context, is plus, and otu is 1. 2 times 10 plus 1, 21, Iri abụọ na otu. 31 is Iri atọ na otu. We've already learned that 30 is Iri atọ. When interpreted, is 3 tens, which is derived by multiplying 3 and 10. Na, in this context, is plus. Otu is 1. 3 times 10 plus 1, 31, Iri atọ na otu. 100, otu narị, is a conventional number. That's all for now. If you'd like to know more about numbers, make sure you subscribe to our channel, where we'll be going through the numbers series of counting from 0 to 1,000 in Igbo.